Hi guys, the date is the 15th of February 2026, and I really wanted to make this video because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think it may help with people with some issues that are really common nowadays, and that would be romanticizing and romanticizing your life and romanticizing generally just your life and some of the issues with that, and a lot of the issues, a lot of the reasons why we have those issues. So I wrote some notes down, and I'm I'm kind of just gonna start off with just go straight into it and say don't romanticize your life, because it's kind of about, like, the definition of romanticize is deal with or describe in an idealized or unrealistic fashion, make something better, make something seem better or more appealing than it really is. And when you get into this and you start looking at what this can make you do, especially things like romanticizing the bad stuff in your life, like romanticizing what you see on social media and that. And I see that a lot with boys my age that are leaving and going into the world and like starting out, and they see on social media the rich people and the people chasing money and driving nice cars, and they start to romanticize that kind of life when it's not truly what they want. And this happens with a lot of different things, and one of the big ones I've seen is gambling. They romanticize gambling a lot and the culture of it, and that's one of the bad things. Another thing about romanticizing your life, like making good about the mundane tasks, like making the walk to the shop like a blissful experience where you're enjoying life and breathing in the fresh air. And it came about when, or it really started to come about, I think, when people started to be okay with certain, like, more mundane lives. Like, you started not wanting to get a job as much, and you started being okay with not having a lot of money and stuff like that. But this can lead to things like denying how you really feel because you're trying to romanticize and being performative. When you watch a TV show and you see the couples, like, this is something I haven't talked a lot about, but it'd be a good example. I'm like, I'm more neurodivergent. I wouldn't go as far to say like very autistic, but I kind of think in a different way. And I watched these movies and I saw how the couples acted and they how they acted, and I romanticized it, and that led to my first time getting intimate with a girl being performative, and that was much less enjoyable. And that's a bad thing about romanticizing too, is romanticizing stuff like that. um there's another point about the solution to being happy with your life, when the definition is make something seem better or more appealing than it really is. And then if you try to apply that to your life, I don't feel like you will be happier with your life. And even if you do start to feel more satisfied with your life and content, that can lead to blocking out more exploration and search for better. Like, if you romanticize your life in this small town, if I romanticize my life, I would never want to travel. I don't think I would ever. I mean, that's a real assumption, because it's saying that even though I'm enjoying where I am at the moment, I wouldn't want something better, because I could want both. But this isn't enjoying where you are. Romanticizing is making something seem better or more appealing than it actually is. So I think a better solution that's similar would be acceptance. And if you're in a bad mood, it's not saying, oh, let's breathe in the fresh air. It's saying, okay, I'm in a bad mood, now I can accept that. Now what next? It's similar to Stoicism, and romanticism. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's actually pretty similar to Stoicism, because it's about perspective shift. It's just different because, like, obviously you can't control the outside world, so it's a perspective shift. But romanticism is more turning negative into positive, and it's also about physical stuff, when Stoicism is very mental. And another point on the social media is every video you watch is meant to be romanticized, to get more likes, to get more views, to even if you just, your friends are posting stuff, those are romanticized. You have to realize this in this day and age. It's all romanticized. Make something seem better or more appealing than it really is, which is such a big thing in today's society. So, and as I said, that can lead to you romanticizing things that you don't really want, which can also lead to you being performative. And yeah, and I'm not trying to say switch romanticization to rationalization, which is just focusing on efficiency and calculations and, like, yeah, like, don't, like, just straight logical, focusing on the result, the plan, where you'll end up, being very in reality. But I think there's a difference between rationalization and awareness and acceptance and presence. So, like, instead of maybe walking to the store and saying, oh, the air is so nice, the sun is bright, and, like, romanticizing this mundane task, you could, and not rationalization, where you'd be, oh, let's walk to the store, let's get my groceries because I need these to survive, and let's just get this done and over with, because this is a everyday task that I have to do every day. It's more so awareness, where you're just aware of what you're doing, you're aware of the stuff around you, and you're aware of how you feel about it. Then presence, you don't have to focus on the past or the future, you can just be present walking. And then acceptance, where you can just accept how things are. So if you're not feeling super happy about walking to the store, you don't have to act happy. You can just accept that you're not happy. And I think that those last two parts, presence and acceptance, are really important for living a life that maybe, I guess, could lead to you being you more. Because that is just, those are just really important points. Being present, because that is just like being in the moment and not focusing on the past or the future, because we spend so much time thinking about the past or the future. And also being accepting of how things are. And that can lead to other stuff happening. And maybe instead of romanticizing the walk in the fresh air, you are aware that you're annoyed, for whatever reason you're just woke up a bit grumpy, and you are present, so you're not thinking about the past or the future, and then you accept it, and with all of that you can look at being in the moment, and you see across the road there's a bakery, and you think, hey, maybe I could go eat something because I'm upset. And I think that kind of sums up why you shouldn't romanticize your life and that kind of point. But yeah, it's quite a I don't know how to say it. It's a very it sometimes can be controversial, this topic, because it happens a lot in today. But that's kind of really why I wanted to talk about it. And yeah, that's the end of the video.